Good morning, children. Now I am going to start with the lesson 2, biological classification. Okay. As the name suggests, biological classification. That means we are going to classify the all living organisms. Now, let us first of all we should know who are all the scientists who were involved in classification of animals, classification of world. Right. Now, earliest attempt of classification, which are all scientists were there who classified the world. First one was the Aristotle. Aristotle, he classified the world into two kingdoms, that is plants and animals. Plants are being classified herbs, shrubs and trees. Animals classified with red blood cells, without red blood cells. Now again, when you talk about the whole world is being classified into plants and animals, which was not approved. Why it was not? It was a failure. Why this Aristotle classification was failure? Because he was not able to classify the bacteria, he was not able to classify the fungus, and as well as he was not able to classify the eukaryotes and the prokaryotes. Right. So it was a failure. And then the attempt done by the Linnaeus. Who was the Linnaeus? Linnaeus again he gave the two kingdom of classification. Again he gave the two kingdom, the Plantae and Animaliae. Right. So when he classified the whole world into Plantae and Animaliae, obviously it was a drawback. What was the drawback around him? That is, he was not able to classify the eukaryotes and the prokaryotes, unicellulars and multicellulars, autotrophic and heterotrophic. Is it clear to you all? Yeah, he was not able to classify about the eukaryotes and the prokaryotes, unicellular, multicellular, autotrophs and heterotrophs. Large number of organisms were not able to distinguish into either of the category. Okay, so based on that, after that there was a natural system of classification, one that take care of large number of characters under the consideration. Like for example, see here, he was not able to, another important this failure was what? That he was not able to categorize the organism in various characters. There was too many characters which are responsible for classifying the organisms, but based on the Linnaeus classification, two kingdom of classification, it was not being approved. Okay, so then comes with the natural system of classification. The natural system of classification dealt with the large number of characters which are under consideration, and those characters were gross morphology, cell structure, nature of wall, mode of nutrition, habitat and the method of reproduction. Okay, so what are all that? That is your gross morphology. When you talk about the gross morphology, what is gross morphology? That is, we are going to deal with the external feature of an organism. So the natural system of classification has taken under consideration about the natural system of classification. Then that is the external feature of an organism. The cell structure. When you talk about the cell structure, whether the cell is a plant cell or the animal cell, whether it is the eukaryotes or the prokaryotes, whether the cell contains the cell wall or not, if they contain the cell wall, what type of composition the cell wall made up of, whether it contains cellulose or it is made up of hemicellulose, or it is made up of amylopectin, or it is made up of phospholipid. So it totally depend upon the external features. Nature of wall. What type of wall is present in the plants? Whether the sclerenchyma, sclerenchymatous wall, parenchymatous wall, collenchymatous wall, all that. Then the mode of nutrition. Obviously, the organisms are being classified based on the mode of nutrition. Mode of nutrition, that is whether they are the autotrophs or the heterotrophs. If they are heterotrophs, whether they are the saprophytes or the parasitic, it's all deal on that. Then you have the habitat. When you talk about the habitat, the place where the organism live. Then the mode of reproduction. Obviously, the method of reproduction is also very important. Reproduction. This also plays a very important role in classifying the organism. Whether the organism undergo asexual mode of reproduction, or it undergo sexual mode of reproduction, or it undergo conjugation or the what you call vegetative propagation, all that. Then after this again it was a failure. That, as you know, the Aristotle classification was a failure, the Linnaeus two kingdom of classification was a failure. Then came the R.H. Whittaker. The R.H. Whittaker in the year of 1969 gave the 5 kingdom of classification. Clear? When he gave the 5 kingdom of classification, he classified the whole world into kingdom Plantae, kingdom Animaliae, kingdom Fungi, kingdom Monera, and kingdom Protista. These are all the 5 kingdom of classification which was being classified by R.H. Whittaker. Is it clear? Okay. Now, when, as I have told you, that demerits of 2 kingdom of classification, I have told you all the demerits. It was not acceptable. Why the Linnaeus classification was not acceptable? Because it was widely varied groups were placed under one category based on a single creatures or based on the single characteristic feature. Bacteria, blue-green algae, fungus, mosses, ferns, angios, gymnos, all were put under one group, and they all have cell wall. But when you deal with bacteria and the gymnosperm, they both do not share the common characters. So we cannot consider them in one particular category. But in under 2 kingdom of classification, they are being kept under one category which was not approved. Then you have prokaryotes. Then you have prokaryotes and eukaryotes were grouped together. Yeah, obviously the prokaryotes and eukaryotes are grouped together. For example, when you deal with the bacteria and the plants are being kept together. So that means the eukaryotes and the prokaryotes are being kept together, right? Then we spoke about that is your Chlamydomonas, the unicellular Spirogyra, a multicellular organism, were again put together. Okay, heterotrophic fungus were clubbed with the autotrophic mode of algae, right? So that is what they are saying, that the 2 kingdom of classification was a failure. So I repeat, the 2 kingdom classification was a failure. Why it was a failure? Because various widely varied groups are being placed together in one category: bacteria, blue-green algae, fungus, mosses, ferns, angio, gymno, etc. Then the prokaryotes and the eukaryotes were grouped together, which was again not acceptable. Chlamydomonas and the Spirogyra again grouped together, again which is not acceptable, because Chlamydomonas are the unicellulars and the Spirogyras are the multicellulars. Then you have the heterotrophic fungi were clubbed onto with the autotrophic mode of nutrition, again which is not acceptable. We cannot keep the heterotrophs and the autotrophs together. Is it clear? Right. So based on all these pros and cons, demerits and merits, the R.H. Whittaker classification was accepted. That is a 5 kingdom classification.